Well, that was disconcerting. Um, Almost screwed up there again.
Uh-oh.
Um, I started the show and then hit the go live button. So, yeah, it's all right. At least I didn't hit end stream on stupid o'clock halfway through, uh, which I have probably done. I don't know how many times. Um, and Joe Dog yet still forgives me. Um, One of these days, those drugs are going to wear off. Uh,
But welcome to Last Man Standing, folks.
yeah, really. And and believe me, we are the last two men you want to see on your TV screen when a disaster strikes, because all we're going to say is thank you very much. Good night. You're on your own. Uh,
Yeah, if we're the two on your TV screen during an emergency, you might as well just bend over now.
because Joe's going to go out and plow the town, and I'm going to get on the tractor and plow a field. Uh,
Oh, it
oh
seems
my goodness.
appropriate to be working on your page on IndieCD while being on your show.
Hey, um, it's. I am very sorry that it is giving you these problems, but you know,
It's it's a pain in the ass, but you know what? At the same time, I'm kind of glad it happened
well,
because
it kept it from happening at a worst possible time.
yeah, if the site actually took off and I had thousands of members, I would you know went well. I'm gonna go take out a small loan and everybody. I'm just shut the shit down because
You are roboting like crazy.
you know,
Um, did I not send? Did I not send Cap both of the? Oh, apparently not. I did not send Cap both of the links. Um, Let me pull up this program real quick where I can do it um, relatively painlessly, as the actress said to the bishop.
I wonder why I'm breaking up. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe there's weather there. Um, I I'm sorry, Andrew. I thought I had sent you the link to both shows at the same time. Um, that is entirely my fault. And here he is, raring to go.
Yeah,
Um,
evening, everybody, once again. And Joe, bend over is exit only. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but if the world's in the state of an emergency and I'm up on your TV screen, you might as well just get ready for that cactus to go in dry.
Hey, have you seen the latest Robert Franks video?
I have not.
Oh my God, he brought Beavis and Butthead into it.
Oh
oh
Jesus!
dear. These things apparently they happen.
You have got to see it. It is so funny. Oh man. I was gonna
Yeah.
say no. Joe says it's a good thing that happened, and y- with my background in IT, as well as you guys know, when a catastrophic or critical error like this occurs, it gives you a chance to go over everything again. Like, wait a minute, did I ever, oh, look at that. Oh, let me fix that too.
Yeah, and you find out more about the programs that you are using,
Hmm.
and you go,
Analytics and all that. Yeah.
"Oh, let me put the safety on this one right now." Um,
Right.
Probably
Uh,
easiest just to show this
yeah,
if it'll
Joe,
let
your
me.
mic was sounding like your bit stream was broken. Like it was, broken in and out of like static and
Yeah.
broken. It
it's
just
much
sounded like
better. It's much better right now, though.
your
Okay.
throughput was the issue, most likely.
So this is how Dan's page is set up currently.
Wait a minute, was that a
Hmm.
gray-haired Dan with his hair thrashing around on the guitar?
Yeah, that was from a day in England where my wife and I were being treated by friends to a renewal of our wedding vows.
Oh, nice. But I mean, I'm looking at the hair. It's kind of, thrashed around in the front like you've been doing some,
Actually, no, I was just trying to remember how to play
Joe,
guitar.
Joe right here giggling like, wait a minute now.
I was just trying to remember how to play guitar. Uh,
So the headbanging was because you were getting irritated because you couldn't remember your damn fingers on the board.
no, it was a windy day. Uh, Actually, if you look at the cover photograph for Never Bank on the Learning Curve, that was the same day.
Oh, really?
Oh, that I did not know.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
because look,
same day.
tuxedos and
Yeah.
the tuxedos and
Yeah, and one of the guys leaned over in the photograph. I think the guy on my left, stage right, is the fellow whose motorcycle I was taking a photograph of the reflection of Trevor and Roger and I, reflection in the chrome of his motorcycle headlight.
nice.
Hey, I looked at it and I go, oh, I've got to photograph this right now. Um,
I have never done a curved reflection photo before. I may have to look into that.
oh, and I've got to say, Roger is one of the funniest guys on the planet. Trevor is one of the worst tour guides you can ever get in London because he will walk your legs off. He will he will educate you about everything around you, but he's paying attention to his phone instead of the street signs, so he will lead you in the wrong direction for about 5 miles and then go, wait, we got to go that way. Um, I love Trevor to death. I love his ex-wife even more, but hey, that was one of those breakup things where uh, I was asked to pick a side, and I said no. Uh-uh. I
Mm.
am choosing both, and if you don't like that, you can both drop me. But no, I'm not choosing between you. I've
What
done
browser
that.
is that, Joe? Is that Safari?
No, it's Chrome.
I'm not recognizing that interface. Or do you have the whole screen
Okay,
flipped off?
you're talking about this little black bar here?
Yeah, I'm not recognizing that.
That's the admin panel from WordPress.
Oh, so you're not
Oh,
showing you like your full bar or anything, are you?
So
oh,
when you're on Mac, to be able to use StreamYard, you have to use Chrome.
Oh, you're on a Mac?
Yep.
Oh,
The computer is behind me,
yeah, it's
or
PC. Yeah,
is my PC.
I don't know. You got a
Um,
Mac.
hey,
so,
they work.
but
I know
here's
they.
the
Believe me, I have no thing against them.
but here's the funny part. On my iPhone, to get into StreamYard, it goes through Safari.
Yeah.
Right. That's But anyway,
Thank
so
you, Apple.
huh?
Thank you, Apple.
Right. Yeah, you can kind of see how it's set up right now. You got everything kind of in columns of 3 for the most part, at least for his music. Well, what I'm doing now is share this tab instead. Um, so
Cindy
I
Cap.
just got done with Cindy Kep's page, which the woman has so many books. Um,
Oh, believe me. Wait till you have to update Stephanie's. It's like the Library of Congress. Seriously, the woman can write a book in 45 minutes. Uh,
which means I probably don't even have nearly all her books on her page.
uh-uh.
Um,
No, not unless your computer is going, feed me, Seymour.
So what you're telling me is I need to go out and buy another terabyte external just to house all the book covers of hers on there. Gotcha.
Hers, yes.
Uh, I tell you what,
Just
if I
just
throw my
hers. You need a
if I throw my
terabyte
server
just
back up,
for her. Uh,
Joe, I've got a 144 array,
Ooh.
12 by 12. Yeah. So if I put my server back up and I put it back out into the open, right now it's just running exclusive private cloud. So there's only a handful of people that actually have access to it. But
Mm.
I mean, the server's right here, the actual server. The array is in this room back here and running over gigabit Cat 6A.
Nice.
But yeah, I have a 144 terabyte array.
But what I'm doing now is I'm doing it as tabs. So it's not
yes.
just, you know,
Mhm.
everything all out there. You can kind of click through as you like and kind of makes it a little cleaner, really, until you get to somebody like Cindy's page where there's so many damn things I got to put multiple tab boxes in.
Hey,
But it
hey.
still looks cleaner.
A lot of
Now,
us are multi-talented.
are you
I mean,
trying to keep it like this for cell phone compatibility, or
I would
the
assume so.
portrait orientation of it?
This theme that I've been using, um,
Because I mean, I'm looking at it. You got a third of a page blank here. You got everything in the middle, and then another third of the page blank white over here. I'm just wondering if the scroll bar is designed for
yeah, I
cell
think
phone.
I think the theme, because it's actually the Go theme, which is comes with co-blocks.
Hmm.
Um, I think that theme is meant more for
Mobile.
mobile compatibility.
Now, let me
Mm.
ask you this without throwing a monkey wrench into it. Does code blocks accept differentiating between a mobile device identifier and a laptop or desktop identifier?
That I honestly don't know because I've never
Because
dug into
Chrome,
it enough.
the browsers will report it. You know, if you go into the developer page and you can sit there and tell Chrome to say, no, I'm actually using Microsoft Edge. This is what I want you to report back. But in automatic mode, it's automatically saying, I am a desktop session of Chrome.
Yeah.
Or if you're on like my S24 here, I go to a website, it automatically appends, no, it's mobile Chrome on a
Mm.
S24 Ultra. So if CodeBlock supports that, you may be able to do,
Maybe
it'll
I'll get it to widen out some, which
Yeah, full
is
full
something that
page.
I've wanted to look into at some point, but I've
you.
been getting enough members to where I've had a new member to add in like damn near every week.
Mhm.
So
I think though you do have to have a clone of the page, but it has to be designated mobile device,
and desktop, yeah,
desktop
Desktop
device.
device. Yeah.
But
yeah, because
the
I know WordPress itself will
mhm,
differentiate. Um,
you just need to
'Cause-
have a clone template of it, and then WordPress, and if CodeBlock supports it,
well,
once
when I
the
when I go to
once
the
the re-
preview, it lets me preview either as desktop, tablet, or mobile.
mhm. But what I'm
So,
saying is once the actual live request comes in, WordPress and CodeBlocks queries the device. Hey, what are you?
mm, and
Then it'll go back and say, okay, I need the mobile database or the desktop database.
actually, here's what it would look like in mobile because I did pull it up the other day. So mobile actually
Oh,
even
oh wow.
Is
Oh yeah.
even thinner.
yeah,
Yes.
it's thinner and
That looks like it's thinner. Like what's his name from Deuce Bigelow, the investigator, the cop.
then tablet
There were,
mode is a
Yeah.
slight bit wider. And there we go. Okay, now we're back in
yeah,
desktop.
Yeah, I
yeah.
can actually read the desktop mode. Uh,
Usually
But
Usually I keep my Chrome on my S24 in desktop mode because there's a few websites I go to that absolutely do not like that mobile.
yeah,
yeah. I do not know how Aphelion gets formatted between desktop and mobile because I do page layouts by percentages rather than actual. This is this many pixels. This is this many pixels. So it may get swapped proportionally. I do not know.
It actually does a pretty good job because I just pulled it up on my phone. Probably gonna be hard to see, but
No, I can see it.
That's my editorial. I can tell
yep.
by the page layout.
So, and it doesn't scroll side to side there at all. If I go to short stories and pick a short story, it gets it
Yeah,
right in.
yeah.
Now do the ultimate test. Turn on its side. Let's see what happens.
Actually looks good.
Also, it's auto. Oh, ooh, hotness.
Yeah.
It's auto scaling it. Nice.
My web guru has been a sysadmin for almost 30 years.
Because there's the editorial page on its side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's scaling automatically. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And it's really hard to get all the little buttons on the side panel and everything to do what we wanted to. Every once in a while, somebody's template pattern will glitch a line of code or two, and they have to go back to a one that works and redo their template. Because there have been times when you would click on something like one of the other story categories, and they're done by length. It's short stories, uh, novels, novelettes, novellas, flash fiction, and poetry, and one or two of them have had glitches in the layout over the years. And once the folks notice it, they go, wait a minute, I need the original code. And we've got that for them to access so they can do that. And each one of them has multiple backup copies of everything as well. Um, Adam, abstaining from alcohol for a few months. You have my sympathies, young man. Uh, I did that until I was 17, and then I reached the age of consent and did. Um, Never looked back.
Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get your page done, and I'm done updating pages for the night.
Hey, this is kind of code problem that I would be very, very upset about happening.
Well, at least the website didn't like, take off for 1,000 members on it. Because, like I said, if that had happened, I probably would just, you know what, I'll got a small loan, refund everybody's money, and dude, I'm out.
Your mic went out. Is doing that stuff again. Is your computer actively crunching on something?
It's not, but I'm starting to hear it clicking in the headset. So I say it's going bad.
Do you have an audio pad? Do you have an audio mixer or a pad? Check your connection then, because it really does sound like something intermittent.
Yeah, I can hear it.
The cats have been playing with your wires again.
Now we got. I read your lips as probably, but we cannot hear you now. You're muted.
How about now?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while when I turn, I hear like a clicking noise.
That's what it is.
And,
Your mic is like click, 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 on, off, on, off, on, off, on. So
yep.
just like
Might be time for a new set of headphones.
Yeah, but I don't want to buy a new set. I like this set.
Yeah,
only
but
thing
if
I
it
need is
doesn't work, I
I
mean,
need a new one of these because y'all keep seeing how it goes out of focus. I don't know if it's the black light that's doing it
I think
or
it's your lighting.
I might do that. I might
'Cause-
turn off the black light and run the ring. I have a LED strip all the way around. I might run that in
Because
full
my
blue.
wife's does the same thing when her computer was down here in the basement too. She would always leave like the light off over her, and it would
Yeah.
sit there. There was just enough light in the room to where it, you know, fade out, come back in, fade out, come in. All right.
what I am amazed by is I no longer have to pull the green screen curtains like I used to when we started this show.
Mhm.
Um, StreamYard has redone their green screen technology to where I've got this, it focuses on me, but I can no longer just pull up like a book cover or something and have it be in screen like it used to be. It's always whatever isn't moving very much like me is in the foreground and everything that does not move is green screened. Um,
Adam Hadzi. I like drinking to an overdraft balance with a bank, effectively borrowing happiness from tomorrow. Just need to get back to surplus, and I'm cold.
you be careful of that golden because you can overflow a toilet from too much if you don't flush it often enough. Um, believe me, I've been to college. I know what these situations are like. Um,
Oh, guess what I got reminded of a couple days ago in another Discord? Do y'all remember the Squatty Potty commercials?
yeah, sure do. I've
The rainbow pooping unicorn.
um actually there is a lady writer that has commercials that play on um Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and she advertises for the Squatty Potty and whatnot. And
Do
her
you remember the?
her book of short stories is called The Toilet Papers, and she
But do you,
gives you a bookmark that is a teeny tiny toilet roll that you can put inside the pages of the
but
book.
do you remember that like 15-minute long advert they did about the ice cream and the glitter filled unicorn rainbow shit? And this unicorn that had the stupidest looks on its face. And then, like at the very end, he said, "Now you'll never see ice cream the same way ever again. Probably won't eat it. Then again, neither will I." And the commercial ends.
Oh, believe me, I've never looked at
Oh my
unicorns the
god!
same way since
And then,
Deadpool.
and then remember, oh gosh, yes. And then remember, right after Squatty Potty came out, that lady with the poo-pourri.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Somebody reminded me of these commercials. I had to go watch them again. Oh, I fell asleep laughing.
Because you are a glutton for punishment. Oh
Not
Lord.
even that. Oh my
I mean,
god, though. It's
seriously,
like the memories of it.
you hang out with us. We know you're you're masochistic. Um. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, that should finish. That should fix my
I'm
issue
about to
now.
say he
Oh,
got
you switched to the other
the
headphones.
headset off the wall.
He
Well,
got the
as I was sitting there
safety.
doing stuff, all of a sudden it just started crackling like crazy. Okay, screw this. Unplug.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that microphone's actually a little bit more sensitive because now you're starting to get into the peak range where it's like ah.
Yeah, this one I definitely have to mute before I hit the vape because otherwise it just
It
blares it
actually
across.
sounds like crackling.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Actually, I didn't hear
Didn't
that.
hear a thing.
really because when
Did
I'm
not.
on that computer, it comes through crystal
Well,
fucking
probably
clear.
because that
No,
computer
did
with
not hear a
Windows,
thing.
I guarantee you it's because that Windows computer, you probably still have mic boost turned on. The 10, 20, or 30 decibel boost, turn it off.
That could be, but
'Cause
and it also runs through the little USB adapter. It's not just plugged in via the
mhm.
3.5 millimeter like it is on the Mac.
Which means you also probably have an audio panel running somewhere, which you can
Mm,
input sensitivity, and then you've got that boost setting in Windows.
Oh
And
yeah,
I swear, I
I've got the whole like software on the computer. I'm just
mhm.
too lazy to actually go
Like
through and fuck with it.
these things you cannot hear outside of them. But for some odd reason, if I turn my Windows boost settings back on to 30 decibels, I have had people telling me, "What are you doing?" But we're all playing the same game, and they're like, "Why am I hearing the game audio twice, but coming from somebody else?" And it's this mic picking these up. But if you put your head right here, you don't hear diddly.
Hmm.
yeah, used to in Stupid O'Clock, I had to turn the headset volume down to about 30% so
Look,
that it didn't blow my ears out.
remember when I first joined, y'all kept hearing my mini split?
Mm.
That sound. You were like, "What is that sound in the background, Cappy?" I was like, "I bet you I know what it is." I had to go turn the mini split off. I finally fixed that. I pulled all that shell off and 3-in-1
Well,
oiled the bearing
I
to the
don't know.
motor.
It might have been another StreamYard update or something, but now it it's it's at 73% and it doesn't blow my ears out
Mhm.
and everything is fine.
Oh,
I will
TeamSpeak and
say
Discord are hell to balance between Windows settings and application settings.
that these headphones are absolute crap to try and mix a song with in my music program because they have absolutely no bass response.
But wait a minute, that's just a mono ear, isn't it? It's just the one side?
No, no, it's both sides. It's bone conduction.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah. It's fantastic for voice. It's fantastic for chat. I would recommend it to anybody except for listening to music. Now they have a much more expensive version that evidently is good for music. I'm not buying a much more expensive version, but when I want to mix a song, I'll I'll plug in real headphones. I mean, they might
That's
be
what I like.
expensive headphones, but
That's why I
yeah,
like complete ear cover because, like, when
yeah,
I'm not gaming
exactly.
and if I'm listening to music or movies, like I love my action movies, I love my military movies and sci-fi stuff. But for the perfect example, like say I want to just go back and reminiscence on Saving Private Ryan again, when the very first scene of the Normandy beach opening is coming up and all these mortars are dropping around, my head is right here going. The explosion and it is shaking my head. I play a lot of first person shooter games. It will close the ear with. I actually have a panel DAC running here, so I'm running a DAC amp, uh, which connects to my front panel connector on this. Um, oh my god! Sometimes I
Well,
kind of wish. Ooh.
the reason I like these is they are very, very good for um, streaming for voice. They may not be good for um, all the details of music,
Hmm.
which, yes, I've got perfectly good over the ear headphones that I can use. All I have to do is remember plug the damn things in because you're not going to get the low end on anything I found that I was reminded of this when I did the video of me just writing a piece of music. I'm going, hey, this is how I work. Love it or leave it. Seriously, this is what I do. This was going to destroy the magic. And people are going, no, it didn't destroy the magic. It just made you look like more of a wizard. Um, but when I tried to mix the song, I had to put the headphones on, the good headphones and not these, because I had no bass response whatsoever. So it showed in the initial mix of that video. I was just boosting shit right and left, and I couldn't tell that it was doing anything. When I went back and had the actual um, good bass response headphones on, I could tell I had shit cranked up way too loud. So mixed it back down. You know, it's just it's one of those cases where you have to use the right tool for the right job. You can't do something with Windows Paint that you actually need um, Adobe for, or Krita or GIMP or whatever. Everything has its own strong points. Once you learn to work within those strong points and switch between different things, you're a much happier camper. J- you can't use one. There's no way to use a 10 millimeter socket for every damn thing on Earth. You know. Um,
The auto
Damn
in
10mm.
it did it again, Joe.
Yeah, I'm hearing clicking in this headset, so it's something with the Mac.
I hope it's not the jack or the soldering point.
Yeah, if it is, then I just switched to a USB fed one.
mm, yes, I've got 3 or 4 of those
Actually,
actually.
I wonder. Oh, good lord. No,
I've got
not
at
that.
least 2 in my convention gear actually, for the convention laptop, which I've actually got on a stand over here because I don't use it very often, but it needs to update just as often as my desktop computers. And I'm being reminded that, hey, turn it on, let it hunt for updates, update it, turn it the fuck off, or
Oh,
pull up somebody whose channel is being really underrepresented on YouTube and play every video that they have with the sound turned off so you can go to bed, even though it takes like 5 days to go through their entire catalog. But that way, I don't have to sit there and watch the commercials, but they get all the plays, they get all the commercials going through, and they get all their monetization. Um, that's kind of cheating, but then again, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Um, my morals allow it. I don't know about anybody else's, but yeah, there are people that I want I want to see stay monetized, but
okay. How's that sound?
Good.
sounds fine.
It
Yeah.
does. To me, it does sound like, and when you're doing something and you go into a intensive IO where whether it's SSD, NVMe, something that's doing a lot of drive activity is what it sounds like to me, like when you're getting resources sucked up and it just can't handle an audio stream, a video stream, plus whatever else it's doing that you're doing to it. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, all I'm doing to it is going through and copying and pasting from one page to another.
Yeah. Do you know what you understand what I'm getting at? Where it's like, it may be looking at an update. It might be crunching something in the background for
Yeah.
I/O. That's what
Well,
it sounds. Okay, remember how you used to get the newest video game, and they would tax your system so hard that it was stuttering and audio was like clickety clackety, spaced out. That's the sound we're hearing. Is like something is sucking up all your resources at that moment.
yes, yes. It would be as if I was trying to do this on the other desktop computer, which the processor is not as fast and there's
Hmm.
not as much RAM,
Yeah, that's
and
what it
people
sounds
are
like. Is
going,
like,
"Oh, your internet connection is crap," and I'm going, "Well, let me switch to this computer. Hey, everything's all right." And I'm going to the internet connection is not the problem. It's
what?
I needed a faster computer with
Hmm.
more RAM.
Yeah. So,
So
what internet do you have again?
me, I've
2
got the
gig up
phone
and
company.
down Frontier.
What's your upload?
The speed test I just ran a little bit ago, I was hitting about 500 up.
Oh, you got plenty then. So it's not the internet. No,
Yeah.
I think it's hardware resources.
Yeah, that was my
Just
problem. That
something data IO is intensively running in the background, and your processor's just like, wait a minute, you stop. I got to handle this, and then every odd clock cycle is like, okay, I can send video and audio now, but then it goes back to
Well,
oh
since I kicked it over to this USB one, it hasn't done it.
no, it
yeah,
hasn't.
but now your microphone has drastically very tinny now.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
sounds just about the same to me, but not.
Look, don't mind me. I'm autistic. I have Asperger's. I have minute audio visual observational skills. I will pick up the pettiest of detail and be like, well, it sounds a little bit like this now, or it looks like that now. Andrew, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Just shut up. Let them talk.
Good morning, Nevermorians.
that could be why that one's acting up now. Because I forget to reach over and slam the volume down before he gets going.
I have a mute button.
I
Well, my
don't
mute button is this.
Oh no. I mean on the output, not
Oh,
not not the microphone. Um, I
yeah.
I
See,
will.
I do
I
have
don't
that. That's what this little piece is here too.
yeah I don't get that option because I'm in the studio with him, so I can't just mute YouTube real quick.
No,
I'm,
I have a hardware mute button. I have because I am bouncing between two desktop computers all the time,
mhm.
Hmm.
an old one and a fairly new one that is becoming old. Um, and I've got the same set of speakers, and I've got a what is it? Uh, Not MVP. What is the correct uh, arrangement of letters? Uh,
For what?
Monitor, keyboard,
KVM.
and mouse. KVM. Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
KVM, keyboard, video, mouse. Yeah.
I've got a KVM switch on there, but I've got both of the computers' audio running through a switch box where I can go, hey, I'm using this one. I want to hear this. I'm using this one. I want to use this. It's got its own um, volume control and it
Hmm.
has a
So it's
mute
a
button.
At that point, it's a KVAM, keyboard, video, audio, mouse, switch box.
No, it's two different devices.
Oh, isolated devices. Okay.
it's a KVM switch to go between the two computers, and I have an audio version of the same thing.
Yeah, audio switch. Okay.
Yeah,
I remember when
but
they first integrated audio into KVMs, and they started calling them KVAMs. I was like, just call it a KVM. Like, you don't have to add an extra letter in there. We already know what it is.
yeah, call it a two computer switchboard. All right, that's what it does, or
When I had my
three, or
apartment, I had
five,
four
or
people.
whatever you
Yeah,
can afford.
when I lived in my house in Clayton County, we were talking about last night, Dan. I had two two old repurposed Pentium 3 SECC. You know, the big Pentium processor, the big square looking thing. It wasn't a chip. It was an actual big cartridge, the single edge connector circuit. I had two PCs that I repurposed into game servers. So I had two PCs on one side of the desk. I had my game PC over here, and then I had a media server sitting up in the corner of on top of my entertainment center. And then, yes, I had a 4-port KVM switch that ran to one of those ginormous P271 IBM Trinitron monitors.
That is old school Trinitron. Believe me. Um,
Yeah, them big, massive 80-pound flat
80?
square.
Is that all? 180 maybe.
No,
Um,
it was a 21-inch CRT Trinitron, the IBM P271s that would run 1600 by 1200 resolution at 160 hertz. Oh god, that monitor was awesome for gaming.
mm,
I used to play Descent 3, Descent Free Space, like fast action 6-degree flight games on that thing. Oh, it was so fun. And it was so fluid.
I really want to see what this one does with the
Like all my
stealth
screens here
fighter
now are
game
all.
that I used to have installed 5 computers ago.
You talking about, well, okay, F19 or F117 by Microprose? I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Both. I have
Love,
them
I
both.
loved those games.
Yes. Um, I mean, seriously, I used to sit there for hours and just go, okay, autopilot until I get to Baghdad, then I nuke something, and then I can have a burrito. Uh,
You know, Microprose is actually back and making rebooted modern versions of their old games.
oh, that should be awesome.
Look it up on Facebook. They actually have a Facebook page, Microprose.
I will. I
Uh,
will. Um,
everybody I know has been on their page. F117, F19, F1. They're just like sending videos in, even just like
mhm.
F19, like cheering on. We want those two games. Oh, what was their big one also? It wasn't it. It was military, but it wasn't Abrams. M1 Abrams. Remember that one?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it. I didn't buy it because flight simulators are my jam.
Do you
I
have the newest
mean,
one?
no, I don't have anything. I don't have
Oh,
anything anymore. I don't
you
play any games anymore.
need to come right here,
Um,
sit in this chair.
uh, okay. Let's tell you how hardcore Daniel was. Uh, Doom, Doom 2, Heretic, Hexen. I actually got mods to improve the game.
Oh my God, Heretic, yes.
Oh, no. I mean, seriously.
But
Um,
you see why I'm saying you should come over here? Look, would you like to
yeah, I
fly a
know.
plane?
I I used to have that kind of, no, I had an actual flight yoke
Oh
bolted
yeah,
to
like
my disc.
yep. Now they make actual pre-built pits for that stuff.
The thing
Like
was,
you buy the joystick or the throttles or whatever, and then they build this framework, and you just strap them right to it, load it up right in front of your desk. You have a full cockpit right in front of you.
The thing was, and I'm not complaining, Rob. Uh, I had a friend about Joe's size that treated the flight sim, the yokes and everything, as if he were actually in a fighter plane.
Hmm.
So he actually yanked the trim off of my disc along with the flight yoke.
Damn.
I mean,
Hey,
hey,
do you know?
ain't nobody gonna piss this guy off. I mean, he's 7 feet tall and at least 4 feet
Jesus,
wide.
Jesus Christ, he's a walking Andre the Giant.
Yeah, uh, and
Did you?
he's just the gentlest person you could ever meet,
So
except
the
in a
man.
video game.
So he's literally a literal walking gentle giant.
Yes.
Did you hear about the guy who actually bought the nose section of a 737-200 and turned it into a flight simulator flight deck in his garage? An actual freaking section of a 737 cockpit. And I mean, he's got everything working, the overhead panels, the whole front panel, the center console. This man has spent over $40,000 just so he could continue to fly the 737-200. And it is
And
literally the gauges and everything. They're not digital displays, they're actual working glass gauges. He has engineered the ability to turn the flight simulator, which was Flight Simulator X and now FS 2020.
Hey, Mike Jimmy.
hey, back, Jimmy.
Hey, Mike.
And
Now
little Aurora.
this guy lives for the day. He's on an airliner, and one of the
Well,
stewardesses
he was a
come
pilot.
back and go, "Does anybody here know how to fly an airplane?"
No, he actually was a 732 pilot. He was a 737-200 pilot, and then he retired. And he's like,
Oh, Aurora! Sorry, I got distracted, my baby. Um,
yeah,
she
I mean,
is she is actually cuter than a cat, and I didn't think I'd ever hear myself say that. Um, oh,
yeah.
She's
she's
like, Dad, who are
absolutely
all these weird
beautiful.
men on the screen?
And look, she's got the little hair puff in her back right now.
Oh yeah, no, she's got the mohawk.
Yeah.
Mohawk.
Oh yes. But yeah, Dan, this guy turned a surplus 737-200 cockpit, the upper deck section where he sits, cut everything else away for the PCs and everything behind him, put projectors in the windows, and then engineered the proper signaling and voltages to make the legacy glass gauges work as if he's actually flying the 737.
If he could put that into, say, a semi truck and take it to conventions to do demos, he could retire very wealthy.
The man's already sitting on a mountain. Like I said, he spent like $40,000 to build this thing.
Mm.
Mike, what we're talking about is the guy who's been in several news articles on the internet where he put the actual cockpit of an actual airliner in his garage and built a flight sim deck out of it.
I mean, the flight sim players are hardcore.
Yes, we are.
It's insane. Yeah,
I'm getting there.
I know.
I'm getting there.
Oh, believe me.
I need to get rid of my other very expensive hobby. Joe, my brother finally gave me my Barrett back. That's the barrel and the upper end of the receiver over here. So I need to get rid of that hobby first, and then I can maybe convert a room into a freaking flight simulator, because that's $8,000 of a 50 caliber rifle right there. So
Yeah, I don't have $8,000, or I'd say ship it to me today.
yeah, that's a very expensive hobby.
Hmm.
Yeah,
They're
especially
illegal,
when the bullets cost like what $5 each.
Well, see, that's where you go to a website I won't mention for the rules, and you buy them by about 500-600. And when they find out you're an FFL and an SOT holder, they're like, "Oh, discount for you. Maybe you can send me some transfers here and there. Thank you so much. Have a good day, sir."
Yeah, but I don't have any of those things. Let me say, I am one of those people that can't fly under the radar because I'm a science fiction writer, and my research keeps me on the radar of a lot. And my cousin Jeff, who owns 9 nuclear missiles, is going, "No, that's just Dan. He's all right."
Did you hear about that? Speaking of nuclear missiles, you guys heard about that guy in Oregon or wherever it was out west that had an old empty relic of some kind of surface-to-surface missile, and he wanted to sell it to the museum. So the museum calls DHS, ATF, FBI, every three-letter agency you could think of, and they go raid his home only to be like, "This is nothing. What are you talking about?" But it turns out it was a former Nike nuclear.
A Nike,
It was a Nike, and they were like, and then the museum was like, "We are so sorry. We thought you were pranking us, like you were trying to do something." And they said, "No, I've got this freaking missile that has no rocket engine, no fuel, no warhead payload, but it's got the guidance electronics." I don't know how they slipped up leaving the Nike nuclear guidance electronics still in it, because that's still classified last I checked. But he's got a fully intact Nike freaking missile in his backyard.
And he's going to find himself featured in the next Spider Robinson novel about Callahan.
They actually settled with him. They apologized and they were like, "Look, we're so sorry. Here's a check." They bought the missile. It's going to go in the museum now. It's going to be a fully articulated.
Well, that's what he wanted, was for the missile to go into a museum.
That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. But then he wound up having 40 freaking federal agents swarming his house and tear gassing the mess out of him.
So is little Aurora going to help you do drawing today, Mike?
No, because I'm not going to be able to draw much. Luz is turning this into a very serious work day for her own things, and that means that I am on baby duty.
You are on baby duty, yes, indeed. And you cannot draw and concentrate on the baby at the same time. I have been a father and a grandfather and a great-grandfather. I know the drill.
Yeah, no, it's baby time, and that means that 100% is going to her.
Yep.
And that's the way it should be.
I used to do that with my daughter, so I would just lay her in the pen.
Oh, pretty girl.
I would just lay I would just put the entire sketchboard in there with her. Give her some crayons, just let her go at it, and I'd be right there next to her while I'm doing my stuff, and she would be right next to me. And it kind of worked out if you just let them do their own thing with the crayons and stuff while you have them right there line of sight.
Well, the problem is she might come up with something even better than what Mike Jimmy does. I mean, look at the amount of talent in those genetics.
Yeah, that's where you're like, "Wait a minute here, Missy. I'm the daddy. You're the daughter. I'm supposed to be the professional."
Magenta does not go with cyan right there. No.
He's like, "Y'all are making fun of me. You better hush your mouth."
Oh, no. We just absolutely adore her.
Oh, yeah.
She's getting tired again. She's been up for 2 hours.
Okay, my guess was diaper time. But,
yeah, I was about to say that grunt was getting in there.
Yes.
Hey, I'm sorry. I've had a little bit of experience. I do tend to jump the gun a few times, but oh, pretty girl.
Yes.
Pretty girl.
Yeah.
Aurora, everything's all right. You're among friends. You're with Daddy. You're safe. You were always
Yesterday,
safe with Daddy.
yesterday my dad showed up because he was bringing we call it a box here, for them to play in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit of a playpen, and Aurora was in bed, so my dad woke her up, which was fine because he had her, on his shoulder and whatever, um, which was completely fine up until the moment she saw me and something went, huh. And you could see the little lower lip starting to tremble, and she just broke out.
You
We
sound
realized
like
that was
Daddy,
not.
but you're not Daddy.
Daddy.
that was that neurological does not compute. Who are you?
Yep.
Oh God, yeah.
So cute. So
Um,
bad.
kids are so much fun until they are old enough to ask you for car keys.
Mm. And the
That's what
flight
I'm
by so
prepping.
quickly.
That's what I'm prepping for now because mine's 13, about to be 14, and I'm like,
Oh, good luck.
And so something tells me she's going to be a little fireball later on,
Yeah.
more so than she is now.
oh,
Yeah,
my daughter's definitely got me in her.
Really?
yeah. My kids all know they have me wrapped around their little finger, but fortunately, I have my wife for an interception. No, no, Daddy's not going to give you that much money. No, I don't care if the Porsche is really nice. He's not going to give you that much money. Um,
I'm gonna put you to bed.
get a job, earn it yourself, buy it yourself. Don't come asking because he's got to support
You'll be
me.
back.
No.
You'll be back? Okay.
I'll give you all a quick story about Morgan. This was kindergarten. I got a call from Miss Winnie. Yes, she literally was called Winnie. The kids used to call her Winnie the Pooh, and oh my God, that teacher would turn so red. Anyways.
She would just about blow her top, I thought.
Oh yes, she had a sign in her room: "Do not call me Miss Winnie the Pooh." Literally a custom-made sign, but the kids
And
did it anyway.
that just caused it to happen.
Anyway, there was this girl who was not exactly the bestest of buddies with Morgan, and it was coloring. They were doing something with coloring, some big project and anything. So Morgan had her 24 pack of crayons. Sophia had whatever her family gave her, but apparently she was missing a few colors. You know where this is going. Sophia turns around, grabs the couple of colors out of Morgan's box that she needs. Morgan just happens to turn around at that exact moment and sees Sophia's hand in her crayon box. According to Miss Winnie, all you heard was and squealing.
Rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she heard the squealing, she turns around. She sees Morgan's hand going post slap, damn near turning her completely around. The biggest handprint she'd ever seen on a child in her life. And it was already turning like reddish and purple, is how hard Morgan slapped the snot out of her.
You've raised the girl right.
When he runs over, yanks Morgan up, pushes Sophia off, the parapro comes over to tend to Sophia. After all this had gone by, I get the call. It was about 11-ish maybe. So I was right in the middle of a project with a server. I was like, uh-oh, it's the school. Shit. I pick it up. Hello. Mr. Mykowski, we need to report to you that there's been an incident between your daughter Morgan and another student. Could you stop by maybe a half hour early to let out? I will do my best. I did. I got there about 15 minutes early.
There
So
you go.
I get there, and by this time, that slap print had
Whoa.
turned post. It was now turning purple.
You okay there, Dan?
Wither.
Ah,
The same thing I was dealing with is now over his area.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so you know how you hit somebody just hard enough and right enough with an open palm and it'll coagulate the blood and it goes from like reddish to brownish to purple. Imagine this now on this poor Sophia's girl face. A purple handprint is all the way across her face like this. I look at her. I look at Morgan. I was like, "What did you do?" Miss Winnie comes up. Well, apparently, after we've talked to both students, Sophia went and grabbed a couple of crayons out of Morgan's box, and I said, "Oh Jesus." But the interesting part was Morgan apologized, and I mean they actually did shake hands and apologize and everything. But when I asked Morgan why she did that, I quote you, because she stuck her hand in my box of crayons, and for the sake of her life, she better not do it again. I was like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cap. I would have had to prank the out of the school officials and go look at my daughter and go, "You let the bitch live?"
I mean, I was sitting there looking at. I played it off. I absolutely played it off because the other parents were looking at me like, "Oh, this guy looks like he's some sort of hillbilly that doesn't give a shit, whatever." I looked at Morgan. I said, "We are having a talk when we get home. A, you don't put your hands on anybody else unless they put their hands on you first. B, if you ever threaten anybody again, we are definitely going to have a talk." Took her home. I got home. I gave her a whole gallon of fucking ice cream.
I am so proud of you. Do not ever take any shit off of anybody ever.
And
The Yeah,
crazy part is Sophia's parents called me then.
I would have been a whole lot more restrictive with a son than a daughter because
She understands that. I tell her, don't let anybody take advantage of you. Don't let anybody
yeah,
get around on you. Don't you
girls
ever
have a
let
much tougher
anybody
time.
raise a hand to you, because if they want, girl or boy, if somebody raises a hand to you, you treat them with superior force. I don't care.
Yeah.
Now, going back to
Um,
kindergarten, Sophia's parents called me and they said, "Look, we want to apologize. We've told Sophia that you should ask first to borrow something." And she says she's genuinely apologetic about it. They said, "Look, we don't want any problems between you. Obviously, you have standards. You've disciplined your child in a manner that we agree with. You told her, look, we're going to have a talk. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't lay hands on anybody. But we're also reiterating to you that we've disciplined our child to, you don't just reach over and grab somebody's stuff." I said, "Hey, look, we're all good. You can raise your children how you want to raise your children. I'm going to raise my children the way I want to raise children. Obviously, we're in agreement. Bygones are bygones." And I have redirected her. You don't threaten somebody just flat out. But of course, I didn't care. This is the thought process in my head going on. But I'm telling them just to get them off the phone, because I'm like, why the fuck are you calling me? And so we just agreed that,
Material, go
bygones,
away.
and they're like, well, maybe we should get together and, maybe have a party or something, or, a little friend. And I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. I'm sorry, I have to go. I have work calling me. I was like,
No,
how
no,
the
no.
fuck are y'all calling me? And
I
Sophia's father is a real dick.
tried to import to all of my daughters that anybody does anything to you, if they live, I have a shovel and a backhoe. All right. Uh,
You
we
just froze there, and your audio went like Joe's there for a second.
Yeah.
Dan, that storm is probably playing hell with
Yep.
your CMTS node.
It probably is. Yeah. I said I have a shovel and a backhoe. we can get rid of evidence. I mean, Mom has a 68-acre farm, and her rose bushes look radiant.
See, I
No,
don't have to worry about where to bury them. I just gotta, call a few of my friends and make sure they're still pig farmers.
you have 2 cats. What are you worried about? They're always hungry. Um,
Yeah. And with Morgan being at 14, this is what I'm getting up to now.
Hello, Kiri.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Gary. I have firepower that I will end you from a mile out. You break my daughter, I break you.
hmm
End of discussion.
Hmm. Yeah, and I grew up in the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee. I mean, seriously. No, you don't mess with my kids,
You don't mess with
or
Appalachia,
I
period.
will find you.
That's like the first guy that my half sister had married. I pulled him aside at the wedding reception. I said, "Keep in mind, I am the big brother. I am protective of my little sister. There is not a place on this earth that you can hide that I will not find you."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "I may not be former military, but I have friends who are."
Yeah.
I said, and I dealt with a website that had a bunch of people who knew a hell of a lot more about cybersecurity than I did, and some of them still owe me favors.
You know John, who plays with Serious Buddy for fun.
Now you got Andrew Capstar, who's got mile range freaking rifles that the first and last thing you're going to hear is a shriek and a crack, and then your body's just going to go.
Oh, no. I'll track them down and then send my wife after them.
Oh God, no! Hey, unnecessary ruckus. The rib is sort of like on the play.
It might be considered a war crime after she's done.
Hey,
But it's
it's
never a war crime
it's
until
never a war
after
crime the first time. God no! I've
Flag on the field.
as old and as experienced as I am, I'm not gonna piss off Trey. No, I'm afraid to flirt with her. I mean, seriously, she terrifies Nick. I mean, good
Well, there's a
lord.
reason why if something happens to Nick, she's the one that takes over the fencing guild.
Yeah, because
Because Nick trained her.
yeah. Oh lord.
It really is great. I loved last year when we did Shakespeare in the Park, and we were able to have Nick and Amanda and Richie and a bunch of the guild members up to do some sword play, some sword demonstrations. It was really great getting to see Nick and my wife do bouts again. Because watching the two of them is like watching mirror images of each other, just kind of circling, waiting for the first one to make the misstep.
It's like ballet almost,
hmm
Mm-hmm.
but it's a very sharp, pointed ballet.
My buddy Walter, his wife is a former Marine MP. Now imagine a 6'3" Jamaican lady.
That frightens the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that right there.
Yeah.
Walter's
That is now on my top 5 list of not to meet in a dark alley. Thank you.
Okay, so picture this. If you go to my Facebook page and you go look at the one guy, Walter Presley, who will sometimes make a comment or react to some of the things I post, he's 6'5". The wife is 6'3" and a Jamaican lady. On top of that, she's a former Marine MP. Well, last year I went to his house. We were having a get together, do some shooting, have drink some drinks, just a general get together party.
Mhm.
Walter went and bought Pugil sticks just for her. Now I have 10 years of bow staff. Here's the irony of this. She's a Marine. She's 6'3". I'm 5'10". We put them Pugil sticks on, and we were out on the back porch, or back patio. It was ground level. We had the barricade set up. I Pugled her. I got her in the misstep, like you said. I got her in the misstep, and I just went whop, right in the head. She's like, God damn it.
I think you've just referenced the only person that Thesis would be afraid of.
To this day, Aphelion will not rematch me in the Pugil pit because she has never lost. She was the boot camp champion of the Pugil pits. And I came in there and I just two-stroked her and knocked her out with the face butt. She will not Pugil me
lucky.
again.
You got lucky. That's all it was.
We've had some serious. I'd see if Walter has the video still. I mean, we have had some serious, 5-10 minute long matches of us trying to duel each other because I have bow staff experience. So a Pugil stick is nothing but a bow staff with a bunch of freaking pads on it. But I caught her. I took her feet out from under her. She's already going on her back in the air, and then I just stepped in, flop, right in the face, and drove her in the ground. She hit the ground like.
I'm gonna get you for that,
Okay.
Bubs.
So Rich that comes on the show occasionally.
Yeah, Richie. Yeah.
Yep. Dan, if you will pull up the video here. This is Crow. This is Crow about 9 years ago. His daughter.
Okay.
This is Nick over here. You've seen
geez.
Nick. You've seen Nick in Discord.
What a young strapping lad like that.
Yep. So this was a PSA he did for the Historical Fencing Guild called Reach and You. They're both 34-inch blades.
Mm-hmm.
She was 6 years old at the time of this. This is going to show you how short Nick's reach is.
So he's got T-Rex arms then.
Yeah.
No.
So he's a small arms instructor.
God, if you don't say that in the green room sometime, I'm gonna kick your butt.
If I don't say it, don't threaten me with a good time because I will put that.
Hey, no, seriously. If you don't say that to Nick's face, I'm going to hunt you down and kick you. Oh my God!
Nick, are you like? I'll probably grab my Walther and I'll be like, "Hey, Nick, are you a small arms instructor?"
Hey, knowing Nick, a 9mm is not going to protect you from Nick. I mean, seriously. You need a claymore.
If he's within 10 feet, the odds of him surviving go up drastically. Actually, I think it's supposed to be 21 feet.
Bladed weapons and physical assault is 21 feet.
Yeah.
Because that's what Walter.
Well, with Nick's reach, it might actually be 10. But
what I'm saying, Walter's a cop. He's been a cop for 23 years. He's DHS now, and his wife's a Marine. So go figure.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously.
For whatever reason, when you were talking about that I don't know why that reminded me of that video, but
it's right there.
And I mean, Allian's got she's 6'3", so she's got a reach.
Yeah.
But I caught it. She stepped to one side, and I stepped to the same side, but then I saw it. She was reaching.
Mm-hmm.
So she had I saw the strike coming. And so I immediately reversed and just went thump. And I mean, I put her on her ass in the middle of the air and then just face stuffed her
And
and
she
drove her
has
in the ground.
never forgiven you.
No, oh no, we joke about it all the time. She just says, "I will not fight that motherfucker ever again."
He cheats.
Dude, I love Alien. She is.
Oh
If you want
Lord.
to talk about, if you want to talk about put the fear of God in you, piss off that woman.
Oh no.
That's like Nick's wife Amanda, because she does. She did staff, and yeah,
Yeah.
she is one that I will not fight with staff.
Well, I mean, think
Richie
about it.
is one I will not fight with longsword.
Yeah, so I'm both staff too. So I need to get another one. My other one broke when I moved last time.
I've got to get a rattan staff. I really do.
I would love. Dan, do you know anybody over there in Athens that has a really good southern cane field? Because I want to make a traditional like cane or bamboo looking without having to go get actual Chinese bamboo. Because I know southern cane is up there in strength.
No, it's not. It's not. It's nowhere near.
I'm not going to be using it. I'm just going to use it to keep my proficiency going. I'm not going to be actually.
As a demo, as a practice.
Just as a trainer.
I just want to put something up as a trainer, but it looks like bamboo and then mount it up on the wall or something somewhere.
The trouble is the weight will be different.
I get that.
But
I mean,
yeah, rattan is solid. Rattan is solid. Bamboo is hollow. It can be done.
Southern cane is solid?
Yeah, rattan is solid.
Stuff that grows here in Georgia, the southern cane?
The
stuff that looks like bamboo that grows here in Georgia.
No. Bamboo is hollow. Rattan is solid.
Okay, I'm lost now. What's rattan?
Rattan is a very fibrous plant that is used for SCA weapons, among many other things.
Well, I just want to grab a decent sized piece of southern cane and just cut it off at the end, seal the end, and be done with it.
Yeah. It's because it's hollow, the weight will be different. Rattan, the weight is much more.
I'm not paying $400 for a rosewood bow staff.
Oh no, I can understand why. Rosewood? Yeah. No, I'd probably make a lamppost out of that, not use it for a weapon. Because it's
you know what ones I'm talking about though, the tapered edges bow staff that they usually make out of rosewood. Yeah, I'm not paying for that.
No. You can get authentic rattan. I think it's grown in Vietnam. And it is not that expensive.
I'll have to look into
but it is as strong as sheet steel.
I mean, because it is Chinese bamboo then.
It's no, bamboo does not stand up because bamboo is hollow. This is, imagine a wrist-sized redwood.
Okay.
I mean, the fibers are all there. It's all solid. It's all strong. It refuses to rot. And according to SCA rules, if you don't wrap this with duct tape and pad it, you're out of here. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I've never done competition. I just learned it to have it as like, you know, you see Jackie Chan in all his videos, he grabs up a broomstick and just starts kicking everybody's ass.
Well, yeah, but that's Jackie Chan.
I learned
he can use a soft breakable broomstick as a weapon.
Or poke you like in Rush Hour, or
yeah, no, wait. you don't mess with somebody that has a custom made 2-piece full cue. I'm sorry. Leroy Brown has already demonstrated this does not happen. Uh,
Yeah, I only learned it just to learn it in case shit hits the fan type ordeal. Where
oh,
I don't have my magical freedom seeds at my immediate disposal, I can just pick up something and start beating the snot out of you.
I actually would like to get a couple of 8-foot tall rattan staffs.
Nice. I do have,
Well, I mean,
however,
one for a staff and one to cut down into 18-inch lengths and make homemade nunchucks out of. Yes. Uh, one of the things that I used to do as a an exercise and to approve to improve my visual acuity and my reflexes. I had a keychain that was basically an 18-inch choke collar for a very large dog
nice. I do have
with
this though. I do have a
keys
personal
on
katana.
keys on one end and just a bear ring on the other. And I I would be bored out of my mind at work during a uh, 12-hour day, and I would twirl that thing around like Jackie Chan.
That's actually not a bad price.
No, it was
No,
just one of
Joe.
those things. The rattan, yes.
Yeah, Joe just sent me a rattan, a 6-footer at $50. That's not bad.
Click on the
No,
7-foot price.
The fuck?
Right, the 7-foot's cheaper by $12.
yeah,
Yeah, but at 7 foot though, that puts me outside of
Yeah,
because I'm
I
5'10", so you the way I was taught is whatever your height is, you stay as close to it as you can.
yeah, but
um,
the fact that the 7-foot was cheaper
Yeah,
just kind of
but
I
like
threw
mean,
me off.
like I was
you
saying
got a
though,
saw, you can cut it down. Uh
I do have this that I can wield if I need to as well, a little
huh.
personal katana. So
I always liked that design. I really
the
did.
the round
I
tips,
was
yeah.
I was
I would
never able to afford it.
love to get my
Those
hands
were
on a.
much those were much more expensive than they should have been for what they are.
I would love to get me a tanto tip though, personal katana.
I'm not going to go wake
Those
my
are out.
wife. I am not going to wake my wife up and go get swords out of the bedroom. Uh, believe me, she got here thinking, "Hey, I'm a British girl. I'm marrying a Georgia redneck." She walks in. She goes to the master bedroom and goes, "There are fucking sword racks on 3 walls." And
Yeah,
they are
I need to
full of things.
I need to work on that department so I can ring somebody at some point. Because then when they open up that floor gun safe, they're gonna be like, oh,
Oh, I'm my lifelong ambition is to convince my mom that I am a more responsible conservator of my dad's firearm collection than my little brother will be. Uh, Jeez. Oh, okay. Original Smoky Mountain hillbilly, serious, who worked at Oak Ridge. I mean, he's got stuff, and it's stashed away in the house, and my little brother can't find it, and Mama's not telling anybody, but a 1950s Winchester Model 1216.
That's a good weapon.
That I mhm. um I earned the respect of many a crow just by walking out of the house with that in my hand. I, I the the cornfield was suddenly empty of predatory birds.
I my brother finally got his spas, his Franchi spas. You remember Jurassic Park, the
Hmm.
first one? Remember the game warden guy?
Hmm.
Remember the shotgun he had when the Raptors got him? That's what my brother finally got his hands on one last year. That thing.
Hey, if you clean up after raptors, you can find all kinds of guns.
But no, dude, that shotgun is so smooth. I mean, as fast as you can yank your finger on that trigger is as fast as it will unload.
Mom used
Because
to have
this thing is
a
so weird. You can either do pump action with it, or you lock the slide all the way in. I don't understand how Franchi did this. You lock the slide all the way back. It literally turns the thing into a semi-automatic shotgun. It engages some kind of mechanism, because I field stripped this thing and I still couldn't figure it out. When the slide is all the way back and there are shells in the tube, there is a mechanism that engages the bolt and still runs the extractor and the loader,
Mhm.
but it's tied to the bolt. So as fast as you can sit there, you just go lock. Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. We finally have a Franchi Spas 12? Sweet.
There were some excellent designs that came out back in the day that are now illegal because Karens exist. Um,
Well, the Spas is technically not illegal. It's still a semi-automatic.
yeah,
The,
yeah.
the Spas is just so rare. It's a $12,000 shotgun.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
There's only so many actual functional Spas 12s left in the world, and my brother has one. Adsy, look what I finally got back from my brother. I got my Barrett back. That's the barrel of my 50 Barrett.
Yeah, and I'm so jealous, but then I can't. I don't have 8,000 grand or $8,000 to throw away for something that would cost me what
A small car.
$5
A small.
to shoot one shot. Um, God, the ammunition is more expensive than the rifle.
Bruh, when I took my two buddies to Georgia Gun Club today, 20 rounds of 5.56 was $22.
That's a bit of 5.56.
5.56 NATO. And then get this, when we fired the AK, the 7.62 rounds were actually cheaper.
Um, somebody's trying to crack down on the availability
And
of
then we bought
current.
50 rounds. We bought 50 rounds of 9mm for the Glock 43 for him to learn 9mm and subcompacts, because that's what he's buying. The 50 round box is $25 for 9mm para.
No, I mean,
I even went to Gunbroker right there in the middle of the damn store. I got on my phone, 9mm para. I was like, "Are you shitting me right now?"
yeah, really. Um,
Mac of
but,
all trades. I like that name. I might steal that.
Before my my Mauser 7.63 got stolen.
Ooh. All right, we need to banish that person to hell we need to banish that person to hell of hell.
Exactly. But before it got stolen, that was the sweetest piece of machinery I have ever
763
disassembled
Mauser?
and
Hell yeah.
reassembled. I mean, good Lord. As much as I absolutely abhor everything about World War II, well, this was World War One era. It was actually dated
Mm-hmm.
by one of the places I took it to. Said, no, no, this is not World War II. This is World War One. No, yes, you probably are. At me, at least.
Yeah, he's definitely getting there.
Don't worry, I'm very sober. This is my morning coffee.
Okay, look.
Yeah, and as
Dan,
far as I know, Mike Jimmy doesn't drink. Joe Bachman
Much.
is
Water.
discreet. Uh, Andrew and I might be shit faced, but
I'm not actually because I ran out of Fireball. So for the past couple of days, I've been on this and Mountain Dew.
okay. Well, I'm making up for everybody.
Oh no, come here in a couple of days. I'm running down the street to my brother's buddy V and grab me that big giant. He's got the big Fireball bottle for like $18. I was like, oh, you gonna be my next best friend.
Oh, yeah, Mac, you and I are right together. Only drinking
Only-
days that end in Y.
Okay, Dan. So you had your Mauser. Guess what I have?
I don't know, but
I have.
I really miss my Mauser.
I know.
I wish whoever it was that stole it, I hope they burn in hell
No,
for a
burn in
long
the hell of
time.
hell. Burn in the hell of hell. So, anyways, I have by serial number my father's M1 from when he was at Recruit Depot, Paris Island.
Oh, I'm impressed.
By serial number, the famous blah, 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 ping.
Yeah, really.
Oh my God! You want to talk about a heavy rifle? The M1. I gotta admit, when the M1 was built by Springfield, using the wood and a thicker barrel, shooting those 308 rounds is child's play from an M1 because the weight, the forward weight of this thing,
mhm.
plus the full sliding receiver, you've already mitigated.
There's no
You've already
muzzle lift. You're
There's no
trying to keep the
muzzle
muzzle from
mitigated,
dropping.
yeah, you've mitigated over 70% of your recoil. So I love shooting that thing. Oh my God! And then now my brother's got his eyes on an M14 because he don't like teenage queens no more. So, and then he's also looking at the X products, the 50 round magazine for the M14, that drum thing that they got. And this is going to be a selective M14. Remember that video I showed you guys of the guy shooting the M14 in automatic and he had the drum mag underneath it? This is what my brother's going for now, is an automatic M14 with 50 round capacity.
There was a time when I could have got a 50 round drum for my SKS.
What caliber is that SKS?
7.62.
Now, 54 or 34? Or R?
54, I do believe.
Now, was it 54R or 54 standard?
I couldn't tell you.
Because you know there is a slight difference because the R are the Russian Dragunov rounds.
All I know is if I ever went deer hunting, I'd take my 308 instead because this SKS kicks more.
Mm-hmm.
And if it kicks more than a 308, no. I went to a friend's house and he was we were target practicing. He says, "Oh, I've got a cast iron stove lid right there hanging on my fence." He says, "I bet you can't hit that." And I took the SKS and it went ping. Suddenly, the cast iron stove lid at half an inch thick had a hole in it.
That's what my 338 rifle would do to that thing.
And he's going, and now, mind you, this is the same guy that said, "I'm going to film you shooting your Desert Eagle for the first time. I've got a milk jug full of water at 30 yards away."
Ouch, Mac. Ouch. Why? Ooh, that had to hurt.
Oh, Mac. Sunglasses exist for a reason. Now,
Jesus.
this guy's going, "Oh, yeah, I've got my camera ready. I've got it on the tripod. Everything's going."
Oh,
And I go, click, bang. The milk jug dissolves in a curtain of water. He goes, "I didn't expect you to hit it the first time." I go, "What part of East Tennessee did you not understand?"
oh,
I've
I
been,
still gotta show you
I've
that.
been trained by
This,
professionals. I mean,
I still gotta show you this target sheet right here. This one's framed for a reason.
I wish I had kept the one from my target shooting PE course at University of Georgia because I had the highest score of anybody in that year. And this is with a big, heavy uh, bull barrel 22 that shot only shorts. Just not even real 22, just the younger brother of 22.
Yeah.
And
What is going on here?
I went in there, I put on the flak jacket, everything was going great, laid down on the floor, propped up, popped off my 10 rounds, and the instructor pulled my target back from the end of the firing range. He goes, "You ain't from around here, are you?"
So you guys know what the EOTech sites are, right?
Yeah.
The little square holographics.
Mm-hmm.
This is me with one of my ARs at 300 yards on an EOTech. This is the first magazine where I was getting dialed in. This was the second magazine. This was the third magazine. And then when I was super drilled in my eyesight, this was the fourth magazine. Mind you, 300 yards on a no magnification optic.
Yeah,
That's
somebody gonna have a real sore throat after
impressive.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And then just for shits and giggles, I don't know if you can actually see this. Happening. Just for shits and giggles, I shot the scoring panel too.
Well
When I
played.
rolled this sheet back up, the RSO looks at it. When I went and got the sheet back, because this is at an outdoor range, I went down there, I pulled the sheet, I walked back with it. He pulls it up. He's like, "Can I see that?" He rolls it out. He sees all the sun coming through the middle part, and then he sees the one hole in the very top right. He's like, "God forbid anybody that gets in the way of you when you're pissed off." It's
Oh,
like, and then this guy
no,
in the
and
next booth, the guy in the booth over at Nux, he looks at it. He says, "Did you shoot the scoring panel too, you motherfucker?" So yeah, that's why this one is framing. This is a screenshot from Battlefield 2 on PC when I broke the record in the game for the longest shot ever. I took a screenshot of it and printed it out.
Hey Dan, you want to see a bit of animation?
I see that right there, and I do, and believe me, I cannot wait to try and figure out how I can cue the music down and cue the music up at the right times. But gentlemen
So
and people in the audience that maybe not there right now, but will be later, this is Mike Jimmy's work, and I am so proud to be just a little peripheral part of it.
no, you're gonna be music. You're a huge part of it. So I haven't properly finished it yet, but can I replay it? Yes, I can actually. So I still gotta fix the colors and fix the wings, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I finally
That
finished
was what I saw you doing
Yeah,
earlier this week. Yeah. Oh, you were pissed off at the flight path and said, "No, I'm changing that. It doesn't look right."
no, I can actually show you the old one. So remove from Studio, and I will present another one where we have the old. There we go.
Nothing. They get even better, especially higher
I just
up.
couldn't get it right, so I completely reworked it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, that's what we do as artists.
yeah.
Something appears to be the right way, and then we try it, and then we find out we can do better, and then we modify it until it is just it's as close to perfect as we can get. And unfortunately, because we are artists, we keep trying to refine it even further. But you know, sometimes we're successful. Sometimes we go too far and have to back up and reboot from a backup. But ah,
So that's only a bit of coloring left. The working on the wing animation, that's always
mhm.
interesting. But yeah, nearly another scene done.
I am looking forward to being able to sit there, watch the whole thing through, listen to the voices, and go, okay, this has got to be quiet. This has got to be barely noticeable. This has got to be dramatic, and go from there. Um, I, I, I've never done this before, really. I mean, the preview clip is the first time I've ever tried to fit a composition to an animation.
And you
And
nailed it.
I certainly hope so. I mean,
Yeah,
you
no.
gave me a time limit, and then you gave me the clip, and I go, oh, yes, I can do this. Dog, go away. Um, oh Lord. Let's see. Do I have that bookmarked? I might
If you
do.
don't, I can pull it up.
I'll go ahead and pull it up. I mean, seriously, we're all friends here. It's like nobody ever watches this program anyway. Um,
There we go.
While you're looking for it, Mike, you're a digital artist, right?
Yeah. Music.
Mike, do you remember back in like late 90s, early 2000s, that program called Sketchpatter 5.0?
I have incredibly bad news. I was born in '93.
Ah.
So all of those programs, they are way before my time.
Yeah, Sketchpatter was like some incredible stuff for its time.
Hmm.
It used a pad like what you have, and you could either do it with a mouse or you could do it with a stylus.
Yeah.
And then you had the keyboard, and it attached to your PC over USB, so you could either actually draw it or mouse draw it. But the interface was the coolest thing ever because like you could sit there and I draw a cloud, draw the outline of the cloud, then I just take the pen, fade, and swipe it really fast, and it would just wisp the cloud like it was a natural cloud.
Cool. Thank you.
This-
Thank you.
It was
Thank
back in, like,
you.
yeah, so I'm an MTV baby though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm only 30 years old. I know.
Yeah,
I look older. It's the beard.
I'm 42, about to be 43. I was born a day after MTV.
Oh, Rob. I mean, seriously. Oh God! But you are so wise in the ways of classic cinema. And Kiri, I'm sorry, you will be 70 and still look like you're 14. I'm sorry, Kiri, that you just have that ageless, innocent face, and you will never be able to get rid of that. I don't care how many hookers you rent.
Okay, what movie was that? What movie was that? Star Trek
don't know.
Generations, the planet with the rings. Picard looks at the boy, and you must be 12. What? I'm 76.
Hey, I'm 67, so
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
hey, it's not the years,
No,
honey.
it was
it's
the other way around.
mileage.
It was the other way around. Picard looked at the boy and said, "And you must be 76." The boy looks up, "What? I'm 12." That's what it was. The face the kid just looked at the kid gave Picard. It was hilarious. And then the older brother's like, the effects of the rings don't set until he reaches maturity and puberty. So he doesn't have that effect yet. Jesus Christ.
Ah,
And when Picard started noticing that he was getting younger because he was playing the music and the tea and everything, he goes back to the dude's wife. How old are you? I was like, this motherfucker here. Oh boy. Yeah, that's why science fiction does tend to put people in the hot seat very rapidly.
Mac, that
You
is,
go back and ask a 750-year-old woman, how old are you? Like, seriously?
no, you just ask her whether or not she finds you attractive. What looks more rented, a rented tuxedo or a rented date? A tuxedo.
Yes, because the date is professional.
I,
Oh my god.
first child was born in 1994. Oh, my sweet summer child.
Yep.
Boy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
My oldest daughter is in her mid-50s. I'm merely 67.
Oh god, Dan went to pumping and bumping early.
No, all my kids are adopted. I don't have any biological children.
That'll do the trick.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Basically,
I can understand. I'm adopted too, so.
I was 11 when my oldest daughter was born.
Yeah.
Hey, I said all my kids are stepkids, you should see the respect I got from the black guys at work when I told that without saying they were stepchildren.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, no, no. Do not plant that in my imagination.
I mean, I got made an honorary black guy one day because the folks that I was working with
How the
that
fuck
day
does that work?
they 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 noticed that I was being dissed even more than they were
Jesus Christ.
in Georgia. And they go, "Okay, you're now an honorary black guy." And I looked at the really cute black woman that said that, and I'd go, "I think my dick just grew 3 inches." Um, this is the kind of smart ass I am. I should have said that for the green room, but I wanted to be recorded for
Oh, yeah, that
posterity.
is definitely going in the next green room. Dan is now an honorary black man and autonomously added 3 inches. He is now Black Panther material or Black Python
That's how they-
material.
that's how those
He's
emails work.
Tubuku.
Mucho grande.
He's Tubuku. This is genuine Alabama black steak. Tubuku.
Oh dear.
Tell you I live in Tennessee without telling you that I live in Tennessee.
Oh my God, the irony of that! I'm about to move to fucking Tennessee at the end of this summer. You too. Fuck.
My family used to shop in Knoxville, and my dad used to work in Oak Ridge. And he's the only man I ever knew that quit the Y12 gas diffusion plant because it was boring.
I'm still trying to ponder that one out. Like, this man is doing down to the millionth of precision milling. This shit's boring. Fuck you.
Yeah, give me something interesting to do. I mean,
I'm still trying to run that one through my intellect. I
hey,
feel like
this
this man is
this
making the physical packages
yeah,
for nuclear warheads, and he says this shit is boring.
yeah, it's like, hey, this is 1940s technology. Give me something 1970s. And so he moves to Georgia and starts working for the University of Georgia high energy physics plant. I mean, hey, he retired. He retired making parts for jet airplanes and complained about having to learn how to use a computer controlled CNC machine. I mean, see, he goes, I had
How is
more
that
control
not
over it
boring?
when it
Okay,
was
so wait a
just a
minute.
lathe.
How is this? How is a CNC machine, computer controlled CNC, not as boring or less boring than sitting there precision grinding things down to millionths of an inch that are so perfect of a mirror image?
I mean, yeah,
Now you just type letters and numbers into the computer does it for you while the machine.
that's
How is
why
that
he
not
complained.
boring?
That's why he complained about having to learn how to use it. He could do it better by hand. I mean, it would be like Mike Jimmy going, "Hey,
Oh my God.
I have this great animation program. I don't have to draw another line again."
Bless you.
And Mike Jimmy
Artificial
going,
intelligence has a say in that.
"Screw this."
Humans.
Oh my God, that is some of the most ass backwards reverse logic I've ever heard in my life.
I know, but Dad was able to get away with so much shit because he was so fucking good.
I'm like, what the fuck, yo?
I mean, somebody hired him and they found out what he could do. I mean, what he really could do, and they go, "Hey, whatever this motherfucker wants, we give it to him, and we give him a bonus every 6 months. We don't want him to leave. God, yeah,
don't know.
Oak Ridge be like, you fuck up, the world ends. Yeah, well,
that's like
when
what
Dad
one
was
of
there, it's like you fuck up, the world begins all over again.
oh 5-minute warning.
Oh God, you mean we've got to stop?
Nice.
We're having so much fun.
Yeah.
All
Jesus
right, all
Christ!
right.
I could imagine your dad out at Los Alamos or the other place. What's that other place called?
Oh,
There's Oak Ridge. There's Los Alamos. There's Sandia Labs.
yeah.
There's one other place that actually does some more. No, you know what? Okay, I got the ultimate one for you, Dan. If Oak Ridge and all that shit was boring, imagine your dad out at fucking CERN and the Halogen Collider. I'm out here playing with God particles. Fuck you. This is boring.
Actually, knowing my dad, he'd be the one to put bottle rockets in the damn sea. They're going, hey, it's 4th of July. Let's set up some fireworks here.
Let's just cause a black hole. You know what? We're going to end the world and start it all over. 100%. Hit that fucking button.
I actually saw the
Let's
man
meet
take
you
Let's draw
End
half
it
the
all.
world's fucking electrical demand right now and say,
I-
fuck it all. Hallelujah.
I actually saw the man throw a soft drink can in the air and take a 16 round 22 pistol and keep that can in the air till the slide locked back on that pistol.
Hey, there's a good topic for John to go rabbit holing. Soldier Field, Chicago, the secret test under the field.
Yeah, the real secret is, did Dan's dad get bored?
Or Nantucket Island, the Camp Hero. And then there's what, Dulcie Base, the human alien hybrid experience.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Dad did tell us about the two-headed swans at Oak Ridge.
Oh, hey, speaking of two-headed, and then we can get out here because we're getting into 2 minutes now. Did you hear about the conjoined twins now have 2 husbands? The
I didn't.
conjoined sister.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
I knew the one got married. I didn't hear that the other one.
They
did.
now have one head. Now each has a husband.
Okay.
Hey,
You know what?
I just saw that
Looking
earlier
creepy.
today before I came in.
But the thing is,
Fucking
whenever there's a king,
Mac. Oops, explains Dick Butkus.
I know that movie.
What are you saying, Mike?
doesn't matter what kink it is. This is the literal proof you're never alone.
As long as you got a rubber duck, you're never alone. Thank you, Douglas Adams, for that closing remark.
Oh my God!
Excuse me, gentlemen, but I could get the fuck out of here. Otherwise, I'm going to laugh myself into needing a bucket.
Bucket.
Ladies and gentlemen in the home audience that are watching this later, you cannot sue us for how much you laugh.
We deny any medical experience.
Yeah, we are not responsible for how humorous you find us. We are amazingly and astoundingly weird, and we're proud of it. So Bugger off.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Transmission overload.
System will shut down. System will shut down.
Transmission overload.
System will shut down.
Transmission overload.
System will shut down.
Transmission overload.
System will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down.
Hello, I'm Dan Hollifield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Aphelion Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?